This is Basement Bracket Talk. Hey everyone, welcome back, and we got 4 more teams to preview. 3 of them happen to be in the Atlantic Coast Conference, but the one we're going to get to right now is the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah, representing the SEC, man. They showed up in that tournament.
Yeah, they look good, man. The PK80, just like the way they play, it's so like free-flowing. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, high-scoring kind of team.
They got their 3 senior guards, Jalen Barford, Daryl Macon, and they got Anton Beard. Like they were felt. They were saying watching the game, they were like, they felt disrespected all offseason. No one's really talking about them in the SEC. Like, they almost beat Carolina in the tournament last year.
Yeah.
In the round of 32, they almost won that game. They had that game.
Yeah, and that's why the loss against Carolina in the PK80 was such a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
they're going to be a lot higher than like an 8 seed this year. They got a good team.
Yeah, and they got a conference to compete in.
Yeah,
you know
they got a good conference.
Like,
SEC's finally good, and they're hungry.
Yeah, so they have so many opportunities to get wins, but they're also probably not going to get drowned out.
No, yeah, they're not going to get drowned out. They're going to be in the top half of the SEC.
Yeah, I'm excited for a game like Arkansas Alabama.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I think that'll be a fun game.
Yeah, that's going to be so much fun.
I think Arkansas can compete with Kentucky.
Oh, definitely.
Arkansas, Missouri would be. The SEC is going to be so much fun to watch.
It is going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of like similar teams. Like Florida and A&M are probably the best, but like not by that much.
Yeah, dude, and like freshman Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, he's getting like 12. He's got 12 points a game. He leads the team in rebounds.
Yeah, 5.7 rebounds a game. I mean, that's like from a freshman. Like that's all you can ask for. You know, like a dependable freshman. And like when you got senior leadership, things just kind of click. You know, so
dude, college basketball seniors is like it's insane. Like as you're a St. John's fan, man, like it's always what happens. The seniors, like
the seniors are the ones that like.
They get it done.
It's just they're dependable, you know. It's like more.
And they know it's their last ride. They know like it's now. Yeah. We gotta get to the tournament. We gotta go on a run.
Now that you mention it, I'm actually kind of shocked. Like no one was really talking about Arkansas.
Yeah, it's weird because
like
they
no
brought
one
back
was
so
talking
much
about
from a
Arkansas.
team that really had Carolina beat.
Yeah, it's like I really didn't even know much about Arkansas until like the PK80 tournament this year. But happy I'm hopping on the bandwagon.
We picked Oklahoma to beat them in the first round. Like Oklahoma. Trae Young's amazing, by the way.
That was a fun game. Like I had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah,
like,
neither did I. A week and a half ago, man. I picked Ohio State.
I mean, I had Oklahoma to win the damn tournament.
Yeah, like exactly. Like that's.
But like, not that Oklahoma's bad, and that's the thing. That's why Arkansas really impressed me because like. You know, they beat Oklahoma in a tough game, probably drained their energy. You know, they played well with North Carolina.
And then they killed UConn.
Yeah.
So
they're a team we're talking about.
Yeah,
definitely. An NCAA
they'll be an
NCAA
NCAA tournament team, and they're going to compete for the SEC. So let's go to a team that you probably love because they play right up your alley, the Virginia Cavaliers.
What do you mean they play up my alley?
I don't know.
What makes you think I like slow basketball?
I don't know, man. Just the way.
All right, you know, I appreciate Virginia's existence in the college basketball world because there aren't that many teams that pride themselves on defense like Virginia does. And if Virginia can, like, people thought, like, Virginia wasn't going to be as good as they were last year, but they still got Kyle Guy. You know, they got Mamadi Diakite, who's, like, stepping into, like, a bigger role this year. He's already, his production is, like, better than it was last year. You know, they're getting improvement from their sophomores. And Virginia, even though they struggled to score, dude, they're first in the nation, like, in points allowed.
Yeah, of course.
I think they're only
they
allowing
held Wisconsin like 34 points.
Yeah, it was the final score was like
that was the worst game I've ever watched.
I mean, you can't say it was anything like the Arkansas Oklahoma game where it's just like action. There's like dunks and like all this ball movement, but it was like it's fascinating to me that like a score
that's why I said they're
right
up your alley. You like that stuff. You like that boring stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I think it gets you wins. You know what I mean? Like
I respect the
wins.
The
final score was like 49-37 against that Wisconsin game. And you know what? Virginia deserves to be talked about because they're doing it in a way that's like.
I respect Virginia because they make a hard schedule. They went at VCU, like in state. That's a tough game. And VCU's like one of the toughest places to play.
At VCU, they play Vanderbilt and
VCU fans are insane. It's awesome. Like they used to have the A10 tournament at the Barclays Center, and I'll go every year and. Dude, the VCU fans are awesome. Like they're just like, and their band is crazy. VCU, like the way that program got built up is so cool. Like Virginia went there and they won. That's so hard to do in state.
Yeah,
and they beat Rhode Island.
Definitely not easy. I mean, the thing with Virginia, like you know, they beat VCU, they beat Vanderbilt, they beat Rhode Island, and they beat Wisconsin.
Yeah,
but they haven't played anyone like elite yet. They haven't played like a top 25 team yet.
No, yeah.
And it's like I think they've proven a lot to me, but when like you were talking about this earlier, like off camera, about how like they never really kind of do that well in the tournament because like once they get to those really good teams like a Michigan State that just like gets rebounds and like just overplays like it's like you can't rely on your defense. You got to put the ball in the bucket, and like this team kind of struggles to do that sometimes. But if they can kind of like get their role players to like score more efficiently, like they got Devon Hall, who's like a senior now.
Yeah.
And
they have guys.
He's their second leading scorer. So
and Kyle Guy, like he can score.
Kyle Guy's no player to be messed with. And if there's somebody that's gonna like make a move on that team, like when it's like, all right, we need a bucket. So far, it's Kyle Guy. That's what I'm seeing.
Kyle Guy's the guy.
He is. He's that dude. And we saw him play at the Barclays Center. Like he showed up and he plays with like a confidence and that he could knock down any shot. So. If he takes the reins, man, and like really starts leading this team, I think he's getting like 15 points a game. But if he steps that up even more and gets his teammates even more involved, you know, Virginia could be like top tier team in the ACC.
I think they definitely will be a top tier team. In
they
the
deserve their ranking right now. But I'm really interested to see them play like an elite team because you know there's like levels to it, and they haven't played a top 25 team yet. They have good wins already, which is like much more than like a lot of other teams can say, but.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think they're definitely be a top ACC team, but
looking forward to it.
Yeah, you are. I'm not. So let's go to another team in the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, Miami, man. Miami's like pretty exciting this year. I'm realizing there's like a lot of like Florida State kind of like tension.
Oh yeah, I know.
But like,
I gotta respect Miami though. Like,
yeah, well, Miami's been good. Everyone knew Miami was gonna be good, especially at like the guard because they had like Bruce Brown and Jaquan Newton. And then, like, five-star Lonnie Walker coming in. But Lonnie Walker, he's not doing poorly, but he's not, like, running this team. It's, like, the real difference maker for me with Miami has been Devon Huell.
Yeah, he's sick. Because he almost went to Florida State.
Yeah.
That hurts. He's really good. He had, like, they just won in Minnesota. I think he had, like, 22 points.
Yeah, and he's actually leading the team in scoring like that. That's not something I've heard a lot about, like, Miami's, like, scoring output being very balanced, but he's leading the team in scoring. He's only getting 15 a game. Yeah, and then like the next one, I think is Jaquan Newton, who's got like 11-ish points a game. So yeah, well, Huell's a sophomore.
Jaquan Newton's a senior.
Yeah, Jaquan Newton's a senior, and like you know how we feel about seniors, but like with Devon Huell, like and his thunderous dunks, like at Minnesota, he was getting dunks, yo.
Miami's fun to watch.
Miami's
it sucks
fun
for me
to watch.
to say because I'm a Florida State fan, but Miami's fun.
Like any college basketball fan wants like a Devon Huell on your team.
Yeah,
because like. That he gets the dunks, he gets the crowd pumped, and he's like just getting better. Like that's been the difference maker for them so far. He's also improved. Like he wasn't this like explosive last year. I mean, he only got
a lot better.
He only got 6 a game last year, and he's getting 15 a game now. And those are my favorite players. The players that just make enormous jumps out of nowhere that you just didn't see coming. None of the experts would have bet on them.
Yeah, he's probably an NBA guy. Him and Lonnie Walker, they might be going to the draft.
Yeah, well. I don't know. We'll see about Lonnie Walker because Lonnie Walker hasn't really done anything.
We'll see. I'm sure he was hurt though. Didn't he get hurt in the offseason? So he's probably just coming back.
Yeah, but still, he hasn't. If he's gonna be considered for the NBA, like his numbers gotta go up. Right now, he's getting like 6 points a game or 7 points a game.
I'm sure they will. They're gonna be a top tier ACC team. They're really good. And that win at Minnesota.
Such a fun team to watch. I mean, Minnesota is no joke.
Yeah, and they won on the road.
That's such a tough win.
Tough place to play. That arena's awesome, by the way.
It's like no hate on Minnesota because I still think Minnesota's really good, but like this year in college basketball, it's like the home court advantage is so important. If you can get a road win in college basketball, it means a lot. Like
it's huge for your resume.
Like that made me be like, wait, is Miami like the #1 team in the country right now? Like I was the only one that was like really saying that, but like that's a big deal because not that many teams are really going out to power like conference. Like Minnesota's number 12 right now.
Yeah.
They went to Minnesota and won in a tough game. Scored 86 points at Minnesota. So
it's not easy to do. They're really good.
Power to Miami, man. The Hurricanes really brought a hurricane all the way to Minnesota.
All right, man. Why do you got to say that?
That's funny.
That's not funny at all.
It's funny.
It's a pretty stupid comment. Let's go to another team then. Let's go to my Florida State Seminoles.
All right.
They're undefeated. They haven't really
one of the 20.
They're one of the 20. They really haven't. Their schedule hasn't been that great, but. Come on, they're undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, there's things to talk about with Florida State. I mean, they didn't win at Rutgers, and Rutgers isn't the place it was last year. You know what I mean? It's
Rutgers is gonna be good, by the way.
They've made like a huge improvement.
Yeah,
I don't know if Rutgers is gonna dance. Like they're definitely gonna get more wins in the Big
Oh
Ten
yeah,
this
they're gonna
year.
be, especially the Big Ten's down. Like Rutgers is gonna,
Yeah,
they're
gonna
a
get
team.
some wins.
Yeah.
It's really tough to say with them because I think they have pieces. I think Corey Sanders has like the opportunity to be like really good,
Yeah.
and Deshaun Freeman I think is actually like
He's really good.
I think he's like
Freeman.
Big Ten like first team material.
Yeah, the way he plays, he's
So-
killing Florida State.
Yeah, I mean he's a double machine, and so I knew that was gonna be a close game. I'm like,
Yeah,
I know
and-
Florida State's probably the favorite, but I'm like, this is gonna be a close game because Rutgers has the talent and the experience now to like hang around and
Yeah, it was a tough game. Florida State. I mean, Florida State. They got with fouls. 13 minutes left in the game. Terrence Mann's gonna sit with 4 fouls. Terrence Mann's their best player. He's gonna sit with 4 fouls. MJ Walker, 5-star freshman, 4 fouls with like 12 minutes left.
the way the
Then
game's
redshirt
called these
freshman,
days, man, is like wild.
Kabengele, who's gonna be a stud. Kabengele's so good. He's so fun to watch. I love him. He's a redshirt freshman. He's gonna be so good.
Florida
But
State
he
has
had
so
4
many
fouls.
pieces that are just like
Yeah, they
coming
do
in
have
for
so
their
many
own.
pieces. And then CJ Walker, the
I was just
sophomore
gonna
guard,
say
he just
CJ
said,
Walker.
when that happened, I was like, oh, we are done. Then CJ Walker just put the team on his back
He's
with
done that,
22
like,
second
many
half.
times.
He's oh man, he's gonna be.
He was always such a good bench player last year. Because
Yeah, but
he
now
would
he's
come
the
off
starter
bench
and he's
you
gonna
get
be
the same
good.
quality.
Man. I saw one guy who played at Florida State back in the day tweeted, he's like, watch out for Florida State with CJ Walker leading the team the next 2 years. I'm like, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
He plays such good defense too. He's always hustling. Trent
Underrated.
Forrest is sick on defense. The way they get at it on defense is fun to watch because they just keep going. Like they just keep going at it. It's like an old Leonard Hamilton team. And they're gonna get better too.
Florida State for me is like one of the more interesting teams in the ACC because like
They're really young too.
You think a team that loses like a Dwayne Bacon
And a John Isaac.
and a Jonathan Isaac,
And
you're like
Xavier Mays.
it kind of almost reminds me of Providence last year, how they lost like Ben Bento and
Chris
Dunn, and you're like, oh, there's no way this team can make the tournament, and then you're like, the pieces.
You're like, wait, these guys got
grow
dudes.
into-
Yeah,
yeah.
like they have like those top because think about it, like Terrence Mann, he was a top 100,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's the guy. And they had MJ Walker's a 5-star. He's coming in at times. He looks
It's a
amazing.
very paced team with like their upperclassmen and their balance. Like I don't think there's like a
There's
team.
only the only upperclassmen they really. Oh, and shout out to Phil Kofer. Phil Kofer's a senior now. He's finally healthy and he is balling out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had 19 the other day. He's
Yeah,
playing so
there's
well.
like low key a lot of balance on this Florida State roster. I mean, it almost is a little bit unfortunate that I have to jump into that game at Florida on Monday.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be
because
tough. But I mean, I like
Florida
that.
just has so much
it's a good measuring
scoring
stick.
power and talent to like win that game. But like it is, I mean, if they can even compete in that game, at
They compete
Florida,
that game. That's awesome. And then they have another
that says so much.
non-conference game, Oklahoma State. That's a fun one. It's a neutral site. You got to win that one. They open up
I think
ACC
they
play,
will win that one because I think a lot of people, not enough people are talking about Florida State yet.
No, because they really haven't beaten supposedly anyone yet. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just you could just
They're
tell
one of
like,
the 20, man, the special 20.
and they like playing defense too. Like they're
teams
they're
that like
getting
playing
active.
defense always go far
And
because
they have a
they're
lot
not
of room
lazy.
to improve. Defensive rebounding, they're not that good at, and they got to improve on that. But I think they will. Like they've Kabengele, he's gonna be so good.
Mm-hmm.
He's you gotta watch him, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta watch him.
Yeah, dude. I haven't seen too much of Florida State this year.
Yeah, that's
But-
how I mean. Like I could talk about. We gotta like cut it off because I could talk about Florida State.
Yeah, no,
for,
I
like,
can't.
a
I can't
whole
wait.
show.
I'm really gonna watch like the Florida game on Monday though. Like,
Yeah,
I'm,
but you're
I'm
gonna.
really
they
excited.
might get rocked, and you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh, they suck, dude."
I don't,
You're
yeah, and
like,
I do really like Florida this year, but we'll talk.
Florida's
more,
good,
We'll
yeah.
talk more about that later on.
Oh yeah,
But,
we'll get to that game later on. So
But yeah, that's been real. Talking about the highlight teams so far this week, and obviously we really didn't get to everybody, but we just kind of
Shit.
want to highlight some people like maybe you weren't hearing as much about.
yeah, that's
So-
what you want. Yeah, we're trying to give different information. Teams
Yeah.
like that you don't really know about, and
I mean, all the teams we mentioned today are probably going to be in the tournament.
yeah, I would
so-
say I hope Florida State's in the tournament, man.
Yeah, well, I think right now, as of now, Florida State's primed to be in. Like they'll probably be like a 10 or 11 seed, and
me
they
that.
they have so many opportunities.
This is
to
a
get
year
wins.
where I just want them to get in because they're so young. They got like 6 freshmen.
Yeah,
Just get in the tournament. Get
but
that
they
experience.
got good sophomores and juniors too. So they're like I said, they just got balance up and down. I think it's a good year for the
Hopefully.
Knowles in Tallahassee.
Oh, and shout out to Rhode Island. Rhode Island, shout out to them. They're playing without E.C. Matthews, and they're gonna get the ball rolling. Rhode Island's a tournament team, so
Yeah,
Rhode
I
Island
think
fans
Rhode-
out there,
no
don't
doubt.
worry. We love Rhode Island.
No doubt. I mean, Rhode Island's gonna be fine, but we got a Rhode Island Providence game this weekend. That's gonna be super.
We'll talk about that
exciting,
later.
So, yeah, hit
We're-
our next video.
Yep, we're a
Thank
pro
you
Rhode
very
Island
much.
show over here.
We are. We promise.
This is Basement Bracket Talk.